Well, I got 10 minutes to spare. Let's do some speculations and theories on the Amazing Digital Circus real quick. The first theory I got is the setting for what these next 3 episodes are going to be about. Now, if my speculations are correct, then the Amazing Digital Circus is one of those shows that has arcs, and more so specifically, they're broken into 3 episodes. Arc 1 being episode 1, 2, 3, Arc 2 being episodes 4, 5, 6, Arc 3 being episodes 7, 8, 9. That means that episodes 7, 8, 9 are going to have a similar theme to each other, which means that the setting most likely is going to fit that theme. And what theme I think it's going to fit is going into a setting that we have yet to be in before, which is going to be outside of the tent. I think these next 3 episodes are going to take place outside of the tent, in the 3 locations that we had not yet been to. The Digital Lake, the Digital Carnival, and of course the Void. I think episode 7 in particular is going to be the Digital Lake, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's talks and rumors of Ribbit going to be introduced, and where you're going to find a frog character at. Digital Lake, probably. And then probably episode 8 is going to be the Digital Carnival, and then last but not least, episode 9 being in the Void as a big finale to end it all. Which I know Caine is not going to be too happy about, as he slowly begins to corrupt over time, as Caine eventually is going to most likely start to go rogue and fuck shit up for everybody else. Which is not the first time he's actually killed a human character before, as alluded to back in episode 2, when Caine alluded to the fact that he mixed up an NPC and a human being, most likely having killed a human being prior, thinking that it was an NPC. So whoever that human being character was, unfortunate for them, because Caine only used like 2% of his power at the time, and now when he slowly corrupts and starts to hate these characters and becomes a more vicious AI, things are gonna get very, very surreal. Speaking of going corrupt and turning heel, as I call it for wrestling terms, another character that I believe is gonna turn heel is Jax. Now, most people have the popular belief that he's either going to abstract or he is going to be redeemed somehow. I don't believe that for shit. I think Jax is gonna turn heel, and he's gonna only become a worse human being and probably get one of the characters abstracted or killed, possibly. Or maybe more. I don't know how many, but I know for a fact that he still has to do something irredeemable at some point in time, and we have yet to see what that irredeemable thing is. My theory is that he might get either Zubul or Gangle killed, thanks to the aid of Caine, as he also starts to corrupt, because Caine in particular hates Zubul, and Gangle might be collateral damage because Jax is starting to hate Gangle for teaming up with Zubul, so who knows, it might happen that way. Because from looking at the story pieces, I don't think Jax is going to become better over time. I think he's going to become worse over time, and if this show is indeed based off of the original book and inspired from the book I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, then in the book, the character that Jax's character is inspired from, named Ted, actually goes rogue and kills the rest of the characters off, and then gets punished for it by becoming a slug with no mouth and no feeling and nothing. And so Jax's fate is most likely going to be sealed to be trapped in the Digital Circus forever. Another character that I think is going to be collateral damage, unfortunately, is going to be Ragatha. Now, the reason why I believe Ragatha is unfortunately going to be collateral damage is because I think she's going to abstract. Now, why I think Ragatha in particular is going to be the character that abstracts out of all of them is because Ragatha is the one who is seemingly trying to maintain the most positive attitude, but in return is receiving the most negativity. Hell, I mean, even some of the fans and the audience members do the same thing to her. Like, why? I don't understand. She's my favorite character. Actually, no, that's a lie. Second favorite character, Kinger. He's the man. But I do love Ragatha, and unfortunately I think her fate is going to be sealed and coming up at some point, because I think either Jax or just the circus in general is going to finally make Ragatha collapse. Now, it's going to sound a little bit weird, but I think this is actually going to be a good thing. What? What are you talking about, a good thing? Well, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that if Ragatha is the one to abstract, that she's actually going to be an assistant to the characters in helping them escape. Now, why do I believe this? Well, because of certain signs from earlier on in the show. First of all, in episode 1, when Kaufmo abstracted and became the big old abstraction creature and he was fucking things up, they held on a lot of shots where Kaufmo was just fucking up a bunch of these little gloinks, that's what they were called, yeah, gloinks. As well as Ragatha herself, showcasing that it has the power to digitally fuck up things and glitch them out. Which means that if I was to think about it, what is a way to overtake or take down Caine if he was to go rogue and become this overpowered AI? Well, you would think to glitch out the system and break it and destroy it. And well, an abstracted would be the only thing that would be able to do that and take down Caine, in my opinion. Which means that somebody of the cast members has to become abstracted and take it down. Now, whilst a popular theory might be that Kinger might do it, I don't think Kinger's going to abstract. I do believe that Kinger's going to go down with the ship at some point, somehow playing into the role, maybe talking with Caine as he's glitching out, reaching through, or something along those lines. But I think Ragatha is going to be the one abstract, and this is because of episode 3, where they tease that the abstracted might still have some level of humanity to them. And out of all the cast members, who would be the least likely to viciously and violently attack their friends? Ragatha, because she maintains a positive attitude, and that same positive attitude is going to carry her through the negative times when she abstracts, which unfortunately I'm going to hate to see that because I don't want her to abstract. I really don't, but she would be great in helping the characters escape the circus when they figure out that the power of belief is the way that they get out, which if you haven't figured that one out yet, definitely go back, look at all the details. That's definitely going to be the way they escape, is the power of belief. But I don't think just anybody's going to escape. I think there's only going to be one sole survivor, and that sole survivor is going to be Pomni. Now, why do I think this? Because I think the writing is on the wall for each of the other characters. Now, like in the book, every character that each character of the Digital Circus is inspired from dies at some point. All 5 of them go down and they die. But because Pomni is not based off of one of the characters from the book, she's going to be the sole survivor. And that's going to play into a lot of things where if she is, in fact, the only survivor, then she's going to be seen as probably crazy that she's the only one who experienced this circus, and now she has to carry on that guilt. But at the same time, she could also carry on the legacy of each of her friends, which is what I think thematically is what the point is that carrying on these memories that may or may not have ever happened, but living on, keeping these people's lives in memory and keeping them alive through memory and through this experience that she underwent. And to quickly explain what I think happens to each of the characters, why they don't go, I think Zubul and Gangle, they're going to go down together, probably get killed by the duo of Caine and Jax before Caine eventually turns on Jax and turns him into the slug monster or some kind of creature like that that's based off of the book and keeps him trapped there forever. Kinger, I said he's going to go down with the ship, and Ragatha, I said she's going to unfortunately abstract. So that leaves just Pomni as the sole survivor, and thematically and story-wise, I think that makes the best sense, and it also opens up the possibility for a potential season 2 if they really want to pursue it, because now Pomni is the only one who knows about the circus and who knows about what happened there. And if you want to have it be like somebody might come along and find it again, Pomni's going to be the one with the knowledge, and obviously that always makes a good season 2. But I don't think that's going to happen, because if the story is really well written, I think it's going to round out with Pomni just going through this experience and learning from it and being able to use this to become a better person. But what do you think? These are my speculations and theories about the Amazing Digital Circus before the next episodes come out. I'm going to be reacting to episode 7, and as a matter of fact, let's face the facts. I'm here to give you a reality check. If you can't handle that, I'll beat you with a baseball bat. Best believe. Arrivederci, you bitch ass motherfuckers. Play the theme song.